Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadha Sri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadha Sri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaura Haribo 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 Nitai Gaura Haribo Jayam Vishnavad Brahmansu Paribrajagacharya Ashtutara Shata Srimad Srila Abhay Charna Ravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Kuri Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai Samaveta Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai Gaur Brahmanande Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna Chaitanya Charan Prabhu, nice to see you. Hare Krishna Pundarik Aksha Prabhu. Are you joining from India?
No, UK, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay. You can. All right. That's nice. Hare Krishna Suvir Prabhu.
Hare
Dandavad.
Krishna.
Are you in Florida or Calcutta?
I'm in India. India,
Oh,
Prabhu.
okay. So let us begin today's session by invoking the auspiciousness by reciting Mangala Acharan, also invoking the special mantra, the predominating deity of consciousness to purify our consciousness so we'll be able to see the Lord's presence in the pages of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudiraye Nashtaprayesu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavato Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mukhaṁ karati vācālam pangulangayate girim jat kripatamaham bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. So we discussed last week the Falashruti. Just by reciting, remembering those prayers, the Bhagavan's dialogue with Arjuna. Arjuna asked 16 questions and Bhagavan was answering them through 574 verses. Just by reciting those, you do get liberation at least, immediately. Of course, liberation in a sense, liberation are many different types of. The ultimate liberation is when you come to your original position called servant of Krishna and you are eager to serve. Otherwise, just cessation of the material pain, pleasure is not really liberation. There is a chance to fall back. So we concluded last week that Lord Krishna says, Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, Idam tu te guhyatamam prabhaksham anusuyave jnanam vijnana sahitam jadgyatta mokshasya ashubhat. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinad Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachayane Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Deshatharini. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Generally, we don't think similarity and collaboration between enviousness and the faith. Because faith is a big deal in spiritual life. Actually, faith is everything in one sense as a standard of measurement. That how much you believe in the word of Bhagavan and his Bhakta, Srila Prabhupada. And according to your faith, you can be identified as a first class devotee or second class or neophyte. Of course, how do you get faith? That question may arise again and again. Well, you get faith to two sources mostly. One source is Sadhu Guru Shastra. Another is 7.21 Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, when you strongly desire, yo yam yam tanum bhakta saddayam architam ichchati. Ichchati means you desire. You want to serve the Lord. I pray, my Lord, give me a strong faith that I never go away from your lotus feet. Please give me that strength, that strong faith that I'm eternally eager to serve. I never deviate anymore. I want to go back home, means I want to serve you. So that strong desire, Krishna will communicate correspondence with you. Now, other way we also get faith, like for an example, by the mercy of sadhu. But you cannot demand sadhu to give you faith. You can try, that's all. I mean, we have to be honest. Also, Bhagavan can give faith, but Bhagavan does not give faith unless you ask. So either one is a similar, back to that. And Shastra, yes, we are reading Bhagavad Gita. It's also coming to a point how much we accept. Proportion to our conscious acceptance. Conscious acceptance. What Shastra says, can we accept as it is without doubting? That also is not easy. But yes, it is possible. So that's a one way. But what I look at, as you cannot demand somebody to give you mercy, but you can beg to the Lord for mercy. And Krishna says, if you ask for faith, I will give you faith. So ultimately, in one sense, it's also up to us, not just only devotee or Krishna. With that note, the chapter 10, we are going to begin. So we have a little dialogue format. Dialogue format in a sense. I look at those verses, and because it is a dialogue format, Bhagavad Gita is not a monologue, ancient style, the guru is speaking, students are listening or disciples are listening. Bhagavad Gita was a dialogue format, not monologue. There was a conversation between devotee and the Lord. There was a conversation also between two royal family, secretary Sanjay and the king Dhritarashtra. And we see after hearing Sanjay, by the mercy of Vyasdev, he became pure devotee. He was in ecstasy. End of the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Puna Puha. Risha, he was feeling ecstasy. He was very emotional that how merciful God is to guide Arjuna. Okay, he got his job done. By hearing Bhagavad Gita, he became pure devotee. Krishna also got Arjuna ultimately succeed, come out of ignorance and surrender, submit. 18 chapter 7. But Dhritarashtra also heard Bhagavad Gita completely. He never became devotee. Even after hearing Bhagavad Gita, later on also him and his wife Gandhari challenged Krishna. So it is not necessarily that everybody who hears Bhagavad Gita will become devotee. Then where does it measurement are calculated, you can say, or how do you measure it, that who will become, who will not? It is up to us also. Do we want to surrender? Or perpetual we stay here? It's up to us. It's a big deal. After finishing this beautiful verse on 9.34, Arjuna asks Krishna, among many things you have spoken till now, can you clearly state what is the highest? So that's where chapter 10 began. Today we're studying. That Krishna says, again, indeed, Arjuna, hear my supreme words. I shall speak it to you because you are very dear to me, with a desire for your welfare. So then Arjuna asked, what are these supreme words about? You're going to give me, but what is this all about? And then Krishna says, it's about me. Unknown is my origin to both the multitudes of gods, means the demigod. They don't know Krishna actually. Krishna literally said in the second verse of 10th chapter that even the sages, the Marichi, Brigu, seems like they should know God. They live in a Saptarishi planet next to Dhruva planet, very high, advanced, goodness body, goodness intelligent. They're very advanced soul. But Krishna here revealed that no, they do not know. They know me as a God, but they don't know my origin. They do a lot of sacrifice, they do meditate, but they meditate on my partial, not my supreme. They don't know. I'm certainly the origin of everyone, including both the demigods and the sages. Arjuna's question is, if you are so difficult to know, is it really necessary to know you? If you say, since, if you look at the third verse, that's how I put it together. I was meditating on it, that they are having a good conversation. Since you are so difficult to know, is it necessary to know you? Only Arjuna can ask that question. And then Krishna says, yes, for those who want to be liberated. Now, if you want to enjoy material world, you don't have to know Krishna. But Krishna says here, you want to be liberated? And those who come to know me as a birthless, beginningless Lord of the world, stay undeluded, even while being among mortals. And eventually, they will become released from all sin. Then Arjuna, the verse doesn't say exactly like this, but the way Krishna is explaining, as if Arjuna is looking at him. So, Arjuna, how can we start to know you? As if he's asking that question. And then if you look at the 5 verse, both verses, Krishna replied to his question. Arjuna, by understanding that all manifold states of being come ultimately from me alone, by they be the virtues such intelligent knowledge, sobriety, freedom from delusion, patience, truthfulness, sense control, mind control, non-violence, equanimity, contentment, or even dualities, such as pleasure, pain, manifestation, non-manifestation, fear, fearlessness. Actually, in Golok Vrindavan also they have a fear. But those fear nourishes. They want it. Krishna created. Everything we see in the material world has its origin in Golok Vrindavan. Like for an example, in Dwarka, there is no such thing called prostitute. But there is a rumor outside the skirt of Dwarka, there is a prostitute. But nobody ever went there. But there is an idea that there is a prostitute. In Golok Vrindavan, there is no demon. But Mother Josoda remembers because she comes to this material world when this Leela takes place. She remembers Putana's story, how this beautiful lady came. She was so beautiful. Then Mother Josoda thought, she's like a Lakshmi Devi. Why not? My son is so beautiful. Why not Lakshmi would come to see? It was like a courtesy, you can say. Somebody come from the village, come to see you. She's so beautiful. But it was the wicked witch, so powerful, 60,000 elephant horse, 60,000 elephant power. Bhima is only 10,000. Can you imagine 60,000? But she's a disciple of Durvasha. She knew how to dress so beautiful that nobody will recognize. So she comes in a very attractive, beautiful form. Of course, Krishna closed his eye after looking at her because Krishna thought if eye to eye union, her original form of big wicked witch, she was 12 miles long. I don't know how many of you really can imagine 12-mile female body. What kind of body is that? Because she was a catcher, um, Kotora. Kotora means a very special kind of wicked witch, not just regular witch. In America, we have Halloween time. We see the cartoon or something like a flying on a broomstick or something. Idea is there of the witch, but this is a Kotora which was the most prominent. So when Mother Josoda saw that she took away her baby, she was so frightened. She was like a stuck. And then she fainted. She could not even believe that. Now, does she remember this whole life? Oh, yeah, eternally she remembers. But in Golok Vrindavan, there is no such thing, the Putana or any Rakshasa. But her impression is there. So she would sometimes remember, oh my God, and she would grab Krishna and protect him, give him a kiss and hug and praise to Narayan, please protect this boy. But there is no Putana in Golok Vrindavan. There is no. But the fear is there as an impression to nourish. And Krishna also feels so happy. My mother giving me extra kisses and hugging today. Why? Because out of fear, she also felt, yeah, it's my son. I cannot let him go anywhere. So fearlessness, both are there in spiritual world. But in the material world, fearlessness is not there, but fear is, we're trying to make fearlessness, by the doctor, medicine, whatever, but still people are dying. And fear, nobody wants it because it's destructive. But what I'm trying to say on the verse 4 and 5, Krishna gave this as this is all eternally there with him. So we have to understand, it's not like spiritual world, there is no fear, but that fear is not destructive, it's nourishing. It gives joy. After discussion, Arjuna asked, when states of being come from you, where do beings themselves come from? So Krishna answered on the text 6. I'm just giving a little brief and then we'll go details next week. Then Krishna replied, they too come from me. All the creatures that populate the world have come from the 7 great sages. Brahmaji's first creation was 5 layer of ignorance. What a creation. Scary. Then he was so disturbed because he's a devotee, Prabhupada says. He felt very disturbed, so he meditated on the Lord again. Then the second creation comes, 4 types of counter, or you can say purifying agent of 5 layer of ignorance. Sankha, yoga, tapa, vidya. You have to get educated to destroy the ignorance. You have to do austerity to maintain your, you can say, sattvic lifestyle. Because when we're advancing, we have to have a sattvic life, goodness life, in order to keep the heart fertile ground where Bhakti Lata Bij is growing. Also, Bhakti is being maintained. If we let it go down to Rajagun and Tamagun, Bhakti will be having a problem, challenge. That's why four regulative principle is there. These things are there. From Brahmaji, third creation was four Kumaras, fourth creation was Rudra, Lord Shiva. That's how they come all the way to 10 to Narad Muni, like this. The first son, Marichi, he has 6 sons. They control the Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarja. What a department they have to control of the world. This morning I was mentioning in our class that in order to do bhakti, you have to focus on Devaki, and in order to have a fear of material world, focus on Kamsa, because Kamsa represents that fear. He always had a fear. He had a tremendous power, tremendous everything, but still fear made him lose everything. Kamsa represents that fear. Devaki represents that Sarup Shakti, internal potency that we need. We have to have an internal potency. And of course, as we know, when all the 6 last greed, anger, madness, illusion, and envy destroyed, they came in a form of a baby. A lot of devotee will agree. We say we don't want those 6 enemies, but actually, majority people loves those. Lust, greed, anger, madness, illusion. They like those. They want to hold on to it. Just like Tamal Maharaj asked Prabhupada, why we cannot be free from Maya? So Prabhupada went outside and he was hugging a tree. He said, let me go, let me go, let me go. What do you mean, let me go? What's going on here? Who is holding you? Who is holding the tree? You are holding the tree. What do you mean, let go? So Prabhupada said, you got it. We have to let Maya go, not that Maya has to let us go. If I am hugging a tree, and if I tell the tree, let me go, who is holding? Tree is not holding you. You are holding the tree. So we say it, but people enjoy lust. Lust is a formidable enemy, but people do enjoy. Even when they say seriously, we want to advance, but they enjoy lust. So they don't let it go. If there is a legitimate reason to be angry, they enjoy the anger. So all these 6, when disappears, then what happened? The mercy of Guru actually manifest. That's why Balaram came as a 7th child of Devaki. Guru's real mercy, Prabhupada's real mercy will manifest when all our 6 enemies are gone. When you drive a truck in a long drive, carrying luggage and other, if something happened on the road, you are very concerned. Somebody could rob you or this, that. So similarly, these 6 enemies are like a plunderers. We are going in a spiritual path, but these 6 enemy actually, they plunders us. Our progress slow down because of them. The material desires, they literally pull us down. Yes, we keep on going 2 feet further and then pull back maybe 2 feet or maybe 1.5 feet. Okay, slowly, slowly progressing. We're going and coming back, going and coming back, going and coming back. There will be a time, by the mercy of Krishna and our prayers, that we will not come back. Going 2 feet, you stay there 2 feet advance. No more material desire. So then Arjuna asked the question, what is the result of knowing all this about you? That you are the origin source of all this. What is the result? I love the way, if you meditate on it, that Arjuna is asking that question. So Krishna answered in text 7, 10th chapter, you'll see, those who truly know this glory and power of mine becomes united with me by unwavering yoga. Of this, there is no doubt. More we know about Krishna, more we want to be with Krishna. So then Arjuna asked, how does knowledge about you lead you wholeheartedly? How? That's a very good question, Arjuna's. And if you look at that verse 9, their thoughts, then Krishna says, how do they worship you wholeheartedly? For first question, he says, how does knowledge lead to such a union? Then Krishna says, well, I'm the origin of everything, and everything proceeds from me. Understanding this, the wise ones worship me with all their hearts. How do they worship you wholeheartedly? Then Krishna also answered, their thoughts dwell in me. Their entire life, indeed, their very life air is absorbed in me. They enlighten each other about me. Indeed, their very life air not only absorbed in me, they enlighten each other about me. They speak constantly about me. Thereby, they are content. Therein they rejoice. Then question came, how do these activities lead them to liberation? When they do this, how it gives them liberation, mukti? Then Krishna answered in the text 10, when they are thus steadfastly engaged in worshipping me with love, I give them the yoga connection of wisdom by which they can come to me. Do you know anybody ever deviated from spiritual path is because of their loss of intelligence. But intelligence is not lost just like that. There's a gradual going down. Dehato vishayan pungsha sungasteshu upajayate. We contemplate. We want non-devotional things. We contemplate. Dehato. Dehato means chasing after. That's what contemplation means. Then sangat sanjayate kama. Then they develop desire. I have to have this. It's non-devotional, but I cannot live without it. I want it. Of course, you can say, does it really happen in one shot? No. First they contemplate, it's okay, I don't need it. But then they feel little lonely. See, as long as we understand, we have all the soul in the material world has a deadly disease. Just remember this, please. 10th canto, 51 chapter. Krishna says, Baran Brinito Rajar says, Sarban Kaman Dadamite. Mam Prasanna Jana Kaschit Na Arati Shochitam. Everybody is born with a deadly disease. What is the deadly disease? Apathy to devotional service. The moment they decided not to serve, the loneliness is the deadly disease. Why loneliness? Because infection. infection of impersonalism is born. When impersonalism born, then the loneliness came. That's why, to be honestly, I mean, you can try. If you are by yourself without thinking of anything, eventually you will get tired and you want to do something, or you want to call something, or go somewhere. Or why? Because whatever your existence right at this moment, within you, there is a there's a vacuum. You feel like something is needed. I cannot live like that. Okay, let's watch a movie. All right, so you're trying to be busy, diverted. But diverted from what? The loneliness. Is that loneliness can ever be replaced? Never, until you come to Krishna consciousness, until you serve the Lord, reunite with Him. Otherwise, not possible. Never possible. Never possible. That's why, as a devotee, we always emphasize our relationship with the God. And in that also, I'm requesting everybody, you go step by step. First step is philosophically. Otherwise, what happened? You go to the deity in the temple. If you're not philosophically oriented, how to see the deity, how to relate with him, and after 5 minutes you walk out, you forgot about the deity. Like disappears. One Mataji told me, I can't believe this. I was there 5 minutes before. I don't even remember how the turban, his beautiful face and everything. I don't. So our scripture says, pay attention to each article, each item. He's a person. That deity form is also Satchidananda. Mahaprabhu, when he saw Jagannath, he says, Pratima nahe tumi Shakshat Brajendra Nandan. You are not a deity. You are Krishna standing there. And then Mahaprabhu started crying. I am in deep separation from you. So we have to be aware of 64 qualities of Krishna, Krishna's reciprocation. And this is the chapter 10. We'll discuss how to see Krishna in everywhere, everything. Right now, I'm speaking to you. Krishna says, I am giving you that Shakti to speak. I am sanctioning you to speak. I am allowing the demigod to vibrate through your tongue and the chin and borrowing a language, English language, and I'm expressing. And then another demigod called fire god, Bannidev, he carrying from my mouth to the zoom. The zoom is also a manifestation of fire god. So air god takes it to the fire god, then fire gods, wherever you are, like Pundarikaksha Prabhu in England somewhere, then from air god, it goes to the Dikpal, another demigod named Dikpal. Dikpal always connected with the ear, both ear. Dikpal connected with the drum of the ear. And then he thinks, okay, this is good. He put it with the brain. If there is an impression, what I'm speaking has any traceable impression. If it is traceable impression, then you'll say, okay, I got it. If it is not, so I don't get it. Like forgot already within a moment. That's why it's very important that we pay attention when we go to temple, every details of the deity. More we pay attention, more we are decorating our heart. Prabhupada says in 7th canto, 5th chapter, that famous verse, Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Bandhanam Dasyam Sikham Atmani Vedanam. More we dress the deity, more we decorate the temple altar. Actually, we are also decorating inside our heart. And once the decoration is complete, the Lord will come and sit there. Right now, it is a dirty heart. All this garbage, all this impression has to be removed. The temple has to be clean. So first, we understand Krishna through philosophy, not sentimentalism. It won't last. Sentimentalism doesn't last too long, and it takes you maximum heaven, not Vaikuntha. Philosophically, when we understand, then we will be able to start seeing the Lord practically. Once you start seeing the Lord practically, just like as I explained, these are called interdependent. Interdependent means if I didn't desire to talk, my tongue would not move. If my tongue doesn't move by the demigod, then the air god would not carry the sound. Who is allowing the air god to carry the sound to the zoom? And who is allowing the zoom to reach your ear? These are called interdependent. They cannot claim on their own. What is that interdependent means? That is Krishna, super soul. That's what super soul does. Super soul are everywhere. This is what super soul does. Super soul make the sun shines, sun rays comes, yeah, oxygen is blowing everywhere. These are all super soul behind it. Even though it is demigod doing, but demigod is not doing alone. They are interdependent. So super soul, we should see the super soul like that. Everything exists because of Brahman. We see also Brahman because of that. While everything also exists and it disappears because it's the Brahman in contact with three modes disappear. But spiritual knowledge, these are not three modes product, like Bhagavad Gita. So that will stay forever. And that is to be understood. So when we understand like this philosophically, then we'll be able to see Krishna practically. Then spontaneously, your success, done. You will be completely Krishnaized. You'll be absorbed Krishna. After hearing all this, what is your understanding, Arjuna? Krishna asked Arjuna. So Arjuna said, you are the supreme Brahman, the supreme abode, the supreme purifier. This is the verse 12. The eternal divine person, the primeval Lord, birthless, limitless. Are you flattering me by saying this? If you look at the verse, that's how I see it. This is my way of expressing it. Are you flattering me by saying this? And Krishna says, oh, no, 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 not at all. It's like a two friend talking. If you look at the verse 13, this is how you are understood by all the sages, including the celestial sage Narada, as well as Ashita, Devala, and Vyasa. This is what you yourself have told me. Arjuna now told to Krishna that way. Others may say these things to you, but do you yourself accept this statement? That's a very nice question Arjuna asked on text 14. Everything you have spoken to me, I accepted it to be true. Sarvameta dhritam manne, including your statement that you are ultimately unknowable. Indeed, your personal manifestation, O Lord, is not knowable even to the demigods. Let alone the demons. Then Krishna asked Arjuna, Just imagine, Krishna is asking Arjuna that question, text 15. Then who then can know me? Krishna is asking that. So the answer given, you alone know yourself through yourself. O Supreme Person, Lord of all beings, source of everyone's welfare, God of gods, Master of universe. Then question asked, how does understanding all this affect you? Beautiful answer got on text 16, the way I see it. It kindles within me a longing to know you. Please describe without any reservation your divine self-manifestation by which you pervade all these worlds, even abide in them. Question asked, why do you want to know about this particular manifestation of mine? It's a very legitimate question, Krishna asked. So Arjuna answered, because I want to constantly think of you. See, this is the point. This is how we have to understand. How can we think of Krishna all the time in everything? At the same time, you can cook, you go to job, you do all, like one devotee says, when I measure the wood and hammering in the nail, how I cannot think of Krishna. It's too much. I have to measure, I have to remember that. I said, that's not true. You can. I saw big construction company. They are doing construction and they have a heavy, loud music. It should distract them then. How they measure everything when the music going on. I saw that in America. Because they are focusing one thing and the background something else, soothing them with the music. Similarly, Krishna has to be there always in the background in our life. So Arjuna says, because I want to constantly think of you, as do your great devotee. How may I know you? Oh yogi, in a way that I can be constantly meditating on you. In what all aspect of being should I think of you, O blessed Lord? So the Krishna asks, as we are in the middle of battlefield with a war about to begin, now you have to understand this is just beginning of the war, this discussion taking place. So Krishna says, do you want me to speak briefly? Because everybody's ready to fight. Arjuna says, no. Explain to me in detail your power, manifestation again and again. I'm never satiated while hearing your nectar-like words. Prabhu's and Mother, these are so wonderful. Can you imagine? In the middle of battlefield, Arjuna is saying, keep on talking about you. I want to hear more about you. Hari Baba, 640 million people ready to kill each other. What about that? He said, I don't care. I want to hear about you, Krishna. Will you speak about your manifestation in detail? He asked again. Then Krishna says, listen, I shall explain to you my divine self-manifestation. Only those that are prominent, for there is no end to my extent. Beautiful. How do you extend endlessly? Krishna answered very nicely. I am the Supreme Self. Arjuna, I reside in every living being. I'm the beginning and the middle of all being as well as the end. Text 20. So Vibhuti Yug, this chapter Vibhuti Yug began from 21. So then Arjuna says, can you list some of your specific manifestation? So Vibhuti Yug, even though Krishna manifested, but actually it is Arjuna requested what kind of manifestation he would like to see. So he asked, can you list some of your specific manifestation? Krishna says, yes. Like among the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Among luminous objects, I am the radiant sun. I'm sure you all heard it. When Srila Prabhupada drink water, Prabhu's and mother, I'm sure you all do that. If not, you better adapt it. Every time Prabhupada drink a little sip of water, oh, that's Krishna, taste of that water. Every food, any food you eat, if you don't have a saliva, can you taste it? No. Without saliva, you cannot taste a food. It is not the tongue only tasting the food. It has to be saliva in the tongue, causing the flavor. Where the saliva comes from? Rasaham apshukunteya. Rasaham, I am that, Krishna says. We should remember, whenever we eat anything, I mean, everybody eats, I'm sure, all of you in the Zoom. We should think Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. That is Krishna. Krishna says, that's me. Think of him while you are tasting water or food, whatever prasadam. So then Krishna says, I'm the radiant sun. Every day morning we see the sun. I am Marichi among Maruts. You know, we have 49 airs. Even to see you in the Zoom, I need a fire. There are 3 types of fire within this body. To digest my food, Jataragni. To see you, I need to Akshagni. To speak, I need fire. Krishna says, he is. So we have to become Krishnaized like this by thinking from this chapter. This chapter will be beautiful. We'll do it few weeks, 4 or 5 weeks probably. But we can start from tonight meditating on this. I am the moon. Every time we see the moon or star, that's Krishna. Among the Vedas, I'm the Samaveda. Samaveda means the recitation of all the songs, the glorious songs. Namami Sharam Sachidananda Rupam Lasat Kundalam Gokule Brajaman. Now you may say, well, isn't Satyabrata Muni composed that? Yes, but it is Krishna. He borrowed, and he knows that. So when we sing, Sangsara Dava Nalalira Loka Tranaya Karuna Kanagana Prapta Sakalana Gunarnabasha Bande Guru Sri Charana Ravi. These are glorification of Guru. These are part of that Veda that Krishna says, I am that. I am Vashava among the senses. I am the mind. In living being, I am consciousness. Whoa! Right now, to speak to you, I need to think. Consciousness means thinking, willing, feeling. Krishna says, I am that. Text 22. So we'll end with maybe one more, 2 more. Among the Rudras, I am Shankara. What does that mean? Everything began, everything end. You go to sleep. Tonight I'm going to go to sleep. That is also Krishna. Waking up, that is also Krishna. That's Rudra. Prabhava, pralaya, sthanam, nidanam, bijam, abhayam. Anything beginning, prabhava, pralaya means ending. Both are Krishna, he says. Krishna says, I'm both. You want to go to sleep? That's me. You want to wake up? That's me. Hari Baba, how can you escape from Krishna? So these are called philosophically seeing Krishna in everywhere. You will be always with Krishna. You have a wallet, money. He says, I am Kubera among the Jakshas, Rakshasas, among the Bashus. I am fire. Among mountain, I am Meru. Among householder priest, no, Arjuna, me to be the Brihaspati. Among army commander, I am Skanda. Among water bodies, I am the ocean. There are 72 vibhuti. I did make chart, I think, last year. During Bhakti Shastri course, I made one time chart. I still remember 72 vibhutis. Those are beautiful. More we start seeing Krishna in everything that I'm speaking right now. Every day we all speak. See how Krishna is there in that speaking. Krishna says in 15:15, I'm the memory. So even to remember something to say, we should think of Krishna. Thank you for giving the memory. And if you say, oh, I forgot, that is also him. Apahanancha. How can you not think of Krishna? He is everywhere. This is beautiful. This chapter is beautiful. Okay, I'll end here. Any takeaway or further discussion? Nice to see you, Pundarikaksha Prabhu. What is the time now in England?
It's 11 Prabhuji.
11
p.m.
night. Oh, you need to go to
11
you need to go to sleep.
Yeah, but yeah.
Any takeaway by anyone or any further discussion? If not, we'll close now and looking forward to see you all next Wednesday for Bhagavad Gita. Every Wednesday we do Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna, Mother Kiram Devi. Las Vegas is okay? Good. 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 Thank you, everyone. Looking forward to see you all next Wednesday. Hare Krishna.
I had a question. Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. Yes. So I was just you're saying how the carpenter, or can think of Krishna. We can always think of Krishna. But yeah, it seems like is that in Sattva-guna or is that Suddha-sattva? Because it seems like motive in Rajaguna, it's like we're forgetting, right? Tamaguna, Rajaguna, we're forgetting, but is it sattva we can remember, or is it we have to come to Suddha-sattva?
Is the door of the house is inside or outside? Is in the middle.
Both.
Yeah, that's Sattvagun. Sattvagun is touching Suddha Sattva, also touching Raja. So when we are in Sattvagun, then we can easily step into Krishna consciousness. Also, if we are not paying attention, we can go to the material consciousness because this is just the border, like a threshold door. So if you think like this, just like, I won't say the name of the devotee, but I thought about it, and then later on I saw some construction company, they're having a music and these guys are measuring, doing all the things. I say, how they are doing? So when you're remembering the number, okay, 13 feet, 2 inches. If you say, oh, I have to chant and then remembering, then it will be difficult. Then how the background, Krishna says, if you forget, he is the forgetfulness. And if you remember, that's also him. So why not we give him the credit? Krishna says, I'm the memory, I'm the forgetfulness. Why not we give him the credit? Either way, then it will push us to pure goodness. If we can start giving him the credit he deserves.
Yeah, it's a beautiful point. I was hearing Prabhupada yesterday saying, we cannot do anything without Krishna's help.
Yes.
So you're referring, we can't even remember him without his help.
Yes. And if we do this, believe me, we all will become pure very soon. I mean, you all are already, but I'll become pure too. I'm speaking also to me that I need to do that. Everything we do, everything, even we forget, that's also Krishna. So it's wonderful. Thank you. Nice to see you.
So nice to see you. So basically you're saying more one of the strategies to remembering Krishna is to rely on Krishna to help us to remember.
Yes, yes, yes. That is correct.
Pray to Krishna, please help me to remember you. I can't. I keep falling into forgetfulness. Please help me.
I'll pray for you, and you please pray for me too. So we all will be with
Jai.
Krishna. Thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Go